Well, hello there, friends. I'm sitting here in a bathroom. Please don't mind the setting. This room has the best light. I wanted to share something today. I was looking through my notepad. So in my notepad on my phone, if I type in Jesus, all these notes will come up where I've made notes about what he has shown me throughout the years. And I was looking through my phone notepad today and I saw something entitled Balaam's Donkey, but with strangers. And I remember kind of why I titled it that, but not what happened within it. So I saw something that made me remember the goodness of God. I want to make this for anyone who just feels like God doesn't see them or is going through a really hard time. I hope this serves to open your eyes a little bit to see what's going on around you and maybe the ways that the Lord is using people or things or situations to get your attention, to get you to see that He loves you and that He's right there with you in whatever you're going through. So about a year ago, I was going through a really difficult time in my life. Something very bad happened that I'm not ready to share the details of. But what I do like to share is what the Lord did with that time. I was riding the train in New York. I was heading uptown and I was in so much pain with what I was going through that I started just crying. There was this sweet girl across the aisle. She was looking down at her phone this whole time and working on something, and when she lifted up her phone with hearts all around, these big letters, she said, "It's going to be okay." I approached her as we were getting off the train because she happened to be getting off at the same stop as me. And as I approached her, I went to just say thank you, and she just embraced me. She just pulled me into this big hug, and we parted ways. And I thought that was the end of the story. But deeper in the train station, I had to go and wait for another train. And I walk a little further down to where I need to be. And there she is again, across the platform, inside of another train. Literally right across from me. Like, what are the odds? And she sees me, and she waves. And I blew her a kiss, and she blew one back. And I was just like, Lord, what a pleasant interaction. What comfort from a stranger. And I realized Jesus uses us to be His hands and feet, and I just saw in that moment that He just used this precious person to give me a hug, to tell me it was going to be okay, and to show me His love. And the rest of my day had a lighter step in it because of what she did. I feel like when things like this happen to us, they should be shared. It's the glory of God, and it's His love on display, and I don't think that should be quiet, so I'm willing to be a little bit embarrassed for that. I heard it said once by a dear friend that sometimes God doesn't necessarily send what's ideal in our minds. He sends what's available. And at that moment, the heart of this woman was what was available to me. She saw my pain, this random stranger who could have just walked by and pretended not to notice me. Sometimes people think New York is a scary place, a dark place, and it is. It's full of chaos, but God can use anyone, anywhere. And so it brings me back to the title. The story of Balaam's donkey, in a really truncated way, because I'm just paraphrasing, is that God spoke to the prophet Balaam through his donkey. He was using the donkey to rebuke him, but the point was that God can use anything. He can use animals, He can use people, He can use videos on the internet, He can use literally anything to speak to you and to let you know that He sees you. Nothing passes through His sight. He hears you. And remember this, if nothing else. The scripture says that He is near to the brokenhearted. So He is going to send you what is available to you. And I just want to encourage you to keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and your heart open to that, because you just never know the ways that in the hardest times of your life, even when you're all alone, your friends have left you, you're not close with your family, whatever it may be, just cry out to Him, tell Him how you feel, because He already knows, but He wants you to know that He's there. And the scripture also says, a bruised reed He will not break, and a smoldering wick He will not put out. Meaning, when you are so bruised and battered, He will not add to that burden. But He wants to give you His burden, which is light, and He wants to give you the comfort that He will make so available to you, and He might have already. So I feel like to tell someone today that You just need to open your eyes to the ways that He is, and your ears. Listen for His voice. Keep crying out to Him. He is a merciful, compassionate God. God is love, and all mercy and compassion flows from Him. Any mercy and compassion that a human being shows us, He's the source. So remember that when somebody does something beautiful for you, it's Him doing it through them. It's a message today.